All right, so get this. You asked us to learn about polishing cast aluminum,
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't sure what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
But wow, this material from Sunrise Metal, the company that specializes in it, has been a real eye-opener.
Yeah.
For instance, did you know that the media they use can last like over a decade?
It's incredible. Yeah.
Like we're talking about real cost savings and less waste,
Absolutely. It's impressive stuff.
which is awesome.
Yeah. Cast aluminum is everywhere, you know. It's so common we almost don't even notice it.
Right.
But polishing is what really elevates it,
Right.
beyond just being metal.
I like that.
Like, what's the difference between a basic ingredient
Yeah.
and a gourmet meal?
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
So it's more than just making it shiny then, right?
It's more.
What's the big deal about polishing cast aluminum?
So imagine this. You have a cast aluminum part fresh out of the mold.
Okay.
It might look okay, but microscopically, it's riddled with these tiny imperfections,
Mm-hmm.
like burrs and pits, you know?
These imperfections are like weak points. They can really compromise the strength and durability
Interesting.
of the part, right?
Yeah.
Polishing smooths out all those imperfections and makes the part much stronger
Wow.
and less prone to cracking or breaking. It's like reinforcing the aluminum from the inside out.
Okay, so it's like polishing is giving it a strength workout.
Exactly.
I like that.
You got it.
But how does that actually work, though? What's going on?
Well, the process is fascinating.
Okay.
The parts are placed in a machine with something called tumbling media.
Okay.
And these are small abrasive particles designed for polishing.
So it's like, what is it, like super-powered sandpaper?
You could think of it that way, yeah.
Okay.
As the machine vibrates or tumbles, the media rubs against the aluminum, smooths out those imperfections, and creates that polished surface.
So is all tumbling media created equal, or is there a variety to choose from?
Oh, there's a whole world of tumbling media.
Well,
Well,
there's-
think about sandpaper, right? You've got different grits for different levels of abrasion.
Yeah.
Tumbling media is similar.
Interesting.
Different materials, shapes, all designed for a specific purpose.
Okay, break it down for me. What kind of media options are we talking about here?
So let's start with porcelain media.
Okay.
It's like fine grit sandpaper of the tumbling world.
Uh-huh.
Perfect for that final polish,
Yeah.
that beautiful shine. It's gentle but effective.
Gotcha.
Creates a smooth, almost mirror-like finish.
I'm picturing like those gleaming motorcycle parts, you know.
Exactly.
What else? What else is there?
So next up we have plastic media.
Okay.
This is interesting stuff.
Okay.
It comes in all these different shapes.
Yeah?
Pyramids, cones, even tri-stars.
Tri-stars.
Crazy.
Wow.
These shapes help it reach into crevices,
Okay.
create a more even finish.
I see.
And just like sandpaper, plastic media comes in different cutting grades.
Okay.
So you can pick the right one for the job.
So it's like choosing the right tool for the job based on how much material you need to remove. Yeah. Okay, so what about like if you need something heavy duty, what do you use then?
Well, for that we have stainless steel media.
Okay.
This is the workhorse of tumbling media.
Uh-huh.
It's tough, durable, can handle aggressive polishing tasks.
Yeah.
And here's the best part. It lasts for over a decade.
That's a long
Think about that.
Wow.
That's incredible longevity.
Yeah.
And you know what that means, right?
What's that?
Real cost savings and a smaller environmental footprint.
Yeah, less waste.
Exactly.
So not only is it effective, it's environmentally friendly too.
It is.
That's awesome.
Win-win.
So speaking of efficiency, let's talk about the machines themselves.
Sure.
Because while you could theoretically polish by hand, I imagine it wouldn't be very practical
No.
or efficient, especially for large-scale operations, right?
Right.
Machines are the key to getting consistent, high-quality results, especially when you're dealing with a lot of parts.
Absolutely.
So walk me through some of these machines.
Okay, so the most common type is the vibratory finishing machine.
Okay.
Versatile, reliable, easy to maintain.
Yeah.
Perfect for small to medium-sized parts.
Okay, so that's like your standard model.
Yeah, you could say that.
What about when you need to handle bigger parts?
So for those, we have the tub vibratory machine.
Okay.
Think of it as a larger scale vibratory finishing machine, specially designed for those bigger pieces.
Okay.
And it often comes with separate chambers to prevent damage during polishing.
So it's like a custom fit suit for oversized parts.
Exactly.
I like that analogy.
You got it.
Are there any other types of machines that you'd want to highlight?
Yeah, so for very small and intricate parts, there's the VA centrifugal machine.
Okay.
This one is designed for delicate work, and it can handle batch processing, so it's very efficient.
Okay, so that's for the small but mighty components.
That's it.
What about for the really heavy-duty jobs? What do they use?
For that, we have the industrial barrel tumbler.
Okay.
This is designed for high-volume polishing of large parts. It's the workhorse of the industrial world, capable of handling even the most demanding polishing tasks.
So we've got a machine for every size and need.
It seems like it.
That's great. Now that we've covered the how, let's talk about the why.
All right, let's do it.
Why polish?
Exactly. We've talked about the process and the machines.
Right.
But understanding why we polish cast aluminum is equally important.
Okay.
And it goes beyond just aesthetics, making things shiny.
Okay, I'm intrigued. So it's not just about looks then.
No, it's not.
What other benefits does polishing offer?
One of the key benefits is improved corrosion resistance.
Okay.
Aluminum naturally forms a protective oxide layer, but this layer can be uneven and prone to imperfections.
Huh.
Polishing helps to create a smoother, more uniform oxide layer, which provides much better protection against corrosion.
Okay.
It's like giving the aluminum a stronger shield against the elements.
That's particularly important for things that are exposed to the elements, right?
Yeah.
Like outdoor furniture or car parts.
Exactly. Things like that.
And I'm guessing in industries where hygiene is really important, like healthcare or food processing,
Yeah.
polished aluminum surfaces are much easier to clean and sanitize.
Sure.
I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
So we've got strength, durability, hygiene. Are there any other hidden benefits we should know about?
Well, polishing can also enhance the performance of certain parts.
Really?
Yeah. For example, in applications where friction is a concern, like bearings or gears,
Okay.
polishing can reduce friction and wear, which leads to smoother operation and longer lifespan.
So it's not just about looking good, it's about optimizing function too.
Absolutely.
That's impressive. But with all these benefits, I imagine there are also challenges in making sure you have consistent quality, right?
Yeah, that's a great point.
How do companies like Sunrise Metal make sure that their polished aluminum parts meet those really high standards?
They implement strict quality checks throughout the entire process,
Okay.
from selecting the raw materials to the final inspection of the finished parts. They use advanced techniques like X-ray detection to identify any internal flaws and high-precision measuring machines to ensure that the dimensions and the surface finish meet the exact specifications.
So they're not just eyeballing it, they're using some serious technology to guarantee the quality.
Yeah, they are.
And I'm guessing there are industry certifications involved too, right?
Absolutely.
Like what kind?
So Sunrise Metal, for example, is ISO 9001 certified.
Okay.
That means they adhere to a globally recognized standard for quality management systems.
So it's a way for customers to be confident that the company has really strong processes in place
Yeah,
to deliver high-quality products consistently.
that's right.
So for those who aren't familiar with ISO 9001, it's basically the gold standard for quality management. It's a big deal.
It is,
And it's a signal that the company takes quality seriously.
for sure.
What about IATF 16949? I know that one's specific to the automotive industry.
That's right. IATF 16949 is another important certification specifically for the automotive industry.
Yeah.
It focuses on defect prevention and continuous improvement. So if you see a company that's IATF 16949 certified, you can be sure they're meeting the stringent quality requirements of the automotive sector.
That's good to know, especially for anyone who might be working with automotive parts.
Yeah.
So it's clear that quality control is really paramount in the world of polished aluminum.
It is.
But let's get down to brass tacks here. Where do we actually see this stuff in action?
Yeah, let's do that.
What are some real-world applications of polished aluminum?
Oh, man, that's where things get really exciting.
Okay, spill the beans.
Yeah.
Where should we be looking for polished aluminum?
Okay, let's start with something I think we're all familiar with. Cookware.
Okay.
Polished aluminum pots and pans not only look great,
Mm-hmm.
but they offer superior heat distribution and corrosion resistance.
See, I always thought it was just about the looks. So that shiny finish is actually making my food cook more evenly.
It is.
Wow. Okay, I'm sold on polished aluminum cookware. What else is out there?
Well, think about motorcycles. Those sleek, shiny wheels and frames aren't just for show.
Yeah.
The polishing makes them more durable and resistant to the elements.
So it's about form and function.
Exactly.
What other industries really rely on polished aluminum?
Well, the automotive industry is a big one.
Okay.
Polished aluminum is used for a wide range of car parts, from engine components to exterior trim.
Yeah.
It's lightweight, strong, and looks fantastic.
And I'm guessing the corrosion resistance is a major plus, especially for parts that are exposed to the elements.
Oh, absolutely, especially with all the road salt and stuff in the winter.
Right, exactly.
It's essential.
And let's not forget the marine industry.
Right, good one.
Boats especially those exposed to harsh saltwater environments.
Mm-hmm.
They rely on polished aluminum parts for durability and safety.
Absolutely.
Saltwater is notoriously corrosive,
It is.
so polished aluminum is basically a must-have for boat owners.
Pretty much, yeah. If you want your boat to last,
Right.
you gotta have those parts polished.
Okay, so we've got cookware, motorcycles, cars, boats. What other industries are using this?
We see it in electronics, too.
Really?
Yeah, polished aluminum is often used for electronic enclosures.
Oh,
It helps to dissipate heat and protect sensitive components.
so it's not just about looks in electronics either. It's about functionality.
Yeah, and protection.
And speaking of protection, we can't forget about healthcare.
Oh, yeah, huge one.
I mean, polished aluminum is used for a variety of medical equipment,
Yeah.
from surgical instruments to hospital beds.
You name it.
It's hygienic, durable, and easy to clean,
Yeah, and it needs to be.
which makes it perfect for healthcare settings.
Absolutely.
Wow, I never would have thought about that.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
So it's safe to say that polished aluminum is pretty much everywhere.
It really is. It's one of those materials that just quietly plays a vital role in our lives.
Yeah.
From the cars we drive to the medical care we receive.
I am definitely starting to appreciate polished aluminum a lot more now.
Good. Glad to hear it.
But before we move on, I want us to go back to something you mentioned earlier
Okay.
about the different types of tumbling media.
Sure.
Can you elaborate on that a bit more?
Yeah, so as I mentioned before, the choice of tumbling media depends on the desired finish
Right.
and the application.
Okay, let's get into specifics. What are some key considerations when you're choosing tumbling media?
Well, the first thing to consider is the level of abrasiveness.
Right.
Just like sandpaper, tumbling media comes in different grits.
Mm-hmm.
For rough polishing, you might choose a more aggressive media, like steel shot.
Okay.
But for a finer finish, you'd go with something less abrasive, like ceramic media.
So it's about choosing the right tool for the job,
Yeah,
depending on how much material you need to remove.
that's right.
What else is important?
Well, the shape of the media is also crucial.
Okay.
Different shapes create different effects.
Like how?
So, for example, cylindrical media is good for general polishing,
Aye.
but triangular or star-shaped media can reach into crevices, provide a more uniform finish.
So it's not just about the material, it's about the geometry too.
It is.
Huh. What other factors come into play?
The size of the media is another consideration.
Okay.
Smaller media is typically used for finer finishes,
Mm-hmm.
while larger media is better for aggressive deburring or rough polishing.
So there's a whole science to choosing the right tumbling media.
Yeah, you could say that.
It's more complex than I initially thought.
It can be, yeah.
And that's why it's important to work with a knowledgeable supplier,
Absolutely.
someone who can help you select the right media for your specific application.
Right, because you don't want to just throw any old media in the machine and hope for the best.
Exactly. You want to get it right.
You got it.
So what about the machines themselves? Are there any specific features or advancements that you find particularly interesting?
Well, one of the most exciting developments is the integration of automation and robotics into polishing processes.
So robots are taking over the polishing world.
Well, not entirely,
Mm.
but they are definitely playing a bigger role.
Yeah.
Robots can be programmed to handle those repetitive polishing tasks
Uh-huh.
with precision and consistency,
Right.
which frees up the human workers for more complex operations.
That makes sense. So it's all about efficiency and accuracy.
Exactly.
Yeah. And with the rise of Industry 4.0 and the
Yeah.
Internet of Things, IoT,
Right.
we're seeing more sophisticated monitoring and control systems
Mm-hmm.
being integrated into polishing machines.
For sure.
So they're becoming smarter and more connected.
Precisely.
That's interesting. These systems allow for real-time data collection and analysis,
Right.
which enables operators to optimize those process parameters,
Yeah.
improve efficiency, and ensure consistent quality.
It's pretty remarkable.
That's pretty amazing. It's like the polishing world is entering a new era of technological advancement.
It really is.
Huh. I'm excited to see what the future holds for polished aluminum.
Me too.
But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's recap what we've learned so far.
Oh, yeah. Sounds good.
We've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
We started by debunking the myth that polishing is just about making things shiny.
Yeah, that was important.
We explored the surprising benefits of polishing, from increased strength and durability
Right.
to enhanced corrosion resistance and hygiene.
Yeah, all important stuff.
We delved into that fascinating world of tumbling media,
Yeah.
with its diverse materials,
Yeah.
shapes, and sizes.
The whole world in there.
And we discussed the crucial role of technology,
Yeah.
from sophisticated polishing machines to advanced automation and monitoring systems.
All right.
It's been a real eye-opener,
It has.
but there's still so much more to discover.
Oh, yeah. We've only just scratched the surface.
So stay tuned, folks, because in the next part of our deep dive, we're going to explore even more fascinating aspects of polished aluminum.
Can't wait.
We'll delve into specific applications, discuss the environmental impact, and examine the future of this versatile material.
Sounds good.
It's going to be an exciting journey.
Looking forward to it.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm still kind of geeking out from all the cool stuff we talked about in the first part of our deep dive.
Yeah, me too.
Who knew there's so much to learn about polished aluminum?
Right, and we're just getting started.
I'm ready for more. Where should we go next on our polished aluminum adventure?
Well, let's venture into the realm of aerospace.
Okay.
Polished aluminum is a mainstay in aircraft construction,
Uh-huh.
from the fuselage to the wings.
Really?
Yeah. Its lightweight yet robust nature makes it perfect for withstanding those stresses of flight, you know?
So it's not just about aesthetics up in the air. It's about performance.
Absolutely. It's got to be strong.
Yeah. What other really demanding environments rely on polished aluminum?
Well, think about the energy sector.
Okay.
Polished aluminum is used in solar panels, wind turbines,
Hmm?
even nuclear power plants.
Wow.
Its ability to reflect light and heat makes it incredibly efficient in those applications.
So polished aluminum is actually helping us harness clean energy.
It is.
That's awesome. Yeah. Are there any other kind of surprising places we might find it?
Absolutely. Let's take a look at architecture and design.
Okay.
Polished aluminum is a favorite among architects and designers.
Yeah, I can see why.
For its sleek, modern aesthetic, you'll
Mhm.
find it in everything. Skyscrapers, bridges,
Wow.
furniture, lighting fixtures.
So it's not just functional, it's fashionable.
You got it.
What are some of the aesthetic advantages of using it in design?
Well, polished aluminum has this kind of timeless elegance, you know.
Right.
It complements a wide range of styles.
Yeah.
From minimalist to industrial.
I can see that.
It can create a sense of spaciousness and light.
Uh-huh.
And its reflective qualities can add visual interest and depth to a space.
So it's a versatile material that can be both practical and beautiful.
It is.
Now, what about the environmental impact of using polished aluminum?
Okay.
Is it a sustainable choice?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Aluminum is a highly recyclable material, and the polishing process itself doesn't actually generate a significant amount of waste.
That's good.
In fact, a lot of polishing companies recycle their tumbling media
Oh, wow.
and wastewater, further reducing their environmental footprint.
So from an environmental perspective, polished aluminum is a pretty responsible choice.
It is, yeah. You can feel good about using it.
That's great. And
Yeah.
as the demand for sustainable materials continues to grow, I imagine we're going to see even more innovative and eco-friendly polishing solutions.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's a given.
That's encouraging. So looking ahead then, what does the future hold for polished aluminum?
Well, the future's bright. As technology advances, we can expect to see even more precise, efficient, and sustainable polishing methods.
Like what kind of things are you thinking of?
Well, nanotechnology, for example,
Right.
is already being used to create super smooth surfaces with enhanced properties.
Nano polishing.
That's what they call it.
That sounds futuristic. What other advancements are on the horizon?
Well, additive manufacturing, also known as 3D printing, that's another game changer.
Okay.
It allows for the creation of complex aluminum parts with intricate designs, which further expands the possibilities of polished aluminum.
So we're talking about pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Are there any other trends or innovations that you're particularly excited about?
You know, the integration of artificial intelligence, AI,
Right.
and machine learning is transforming the way we approach polishing.
Okay. How so?
AI-powered systems can analyze data,
Uh-huh.
optimize those process parameters,
Okay.
and even predict maintenance needs,
Wow.
which leads to increased efficiency and reduced downtime.
So it's about making the polishing process smarter,
Yeah.
more intuitive.
Exactly.
So what are some of the implications of these advancements for industries that rely on polished aluminum?
Well, these innovations are going to lead to higher quality, lower costs, and faster turnaround times.
That's great.
And they'll also enable the creation of new and innovative products that were just impossible to manufacture before.
It sounds like we're on the cusp of a polished aluminum revolution.
I think we are. It's an exciting time to be involved in this industry.
I'm feeling inspired.
Eh,
But before we get carried away at the future,
yeah.
let's take a moment to kind of reflect on some of the key takeaways from our deep dive so far.
Hmm.
What are some of the things that have surprised you the most?
I've been particularly impressed by the sheer versatility of polished aluminum.
Yeah,
It's used in so many different industries,
it is.
from aerospace to healthcare,
Right.
and it's constantly evolving to meet new
I
challenges.
agree. And I think we both underestimated the importance of the polishing process itself.
Yeah.
It's not just about aesthetics.
Dope.
It's about enhancing the properties of the aluminum,
Right.
making it suitable for a wide range of demanding applications.
Exactly.
It's a real testament to the ingenuity and innovation of the people who work in this field.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So for all of you listening who might be working with or considering using polished aluminum, what advice would you give them?
I'd say do your research and find a reputable supplier who understands your specific needs.
Yeah, good advice.
Don't be afraid to ask questions and explore different options.
Right.
And most importantly, embrace the possibilities. Polished aluminum is a versatile and dynamic material
It is
with endless potential.
I love that.
Huh.
And speaking of possibilities, I'm curious to hear what our listeners are thinking.
Yeah, me too.
What are some of the ways you might use polished aluminum in your own projects or applications?
Yeah, let us know.
We'd love to hear your ideas.
For sure.
We've really gone deep on this one. Polished aluminum, from like the tiny science of making metal tougher to seeing it all over the place in different industries.
And it's funny, right? Something we kind of just see every day, but there's so much cleverness behind it, both in how it's made and where it's used.
Makes you look at your pots and pans or your car like totally differently.
Exactly. It's not just an object anymore. It's like a whole story,
Yeah.
about solving problems and making things better.
Yeah. Remember at the beginning, that fact about the media lasting over a decade?
Yeah,
Not just tough, but eco-friendly too.
totally. And those shapes, remember? Pyramids and tri-stars, they each deal something specific to get the best polish.
Like tiny little tools working away.
It is kind of like that.
And where do we find polished aluminum? Everywhere.
Deep in the ocean, on boats, up in the sky, on planes. It's wild.
Polished aluminum, it's way more than meets the eye. So, as we finish up, here's something to think about.
I'm listening.
Now that you know all this, how do you see polished aluminum differently? Will you look for it when you're buying stuff?
Yeah, will you notice how strong and good-looking it is?
Or maybe it makes you curious about other stuff we just see every day but don't really think about?
That's the best part, right? Learning something new opens up a whole bunch of new things to be interested in.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into polished aluminum. Keep exploring, keep learning. See you next time.